What's up, guys? Mouse Pals, and today we have a school assignment. We're not going to get into not uploading or anything in this video because we got to keep it structured and on topic. So that will go in the description or an update video. We're doing a game journal, a school assignment. We're talking about a game. So I've chosen Tears of the Kingdom for one very specific reason, and that is, let's go down into the depths real quick. So we have 4 of these, so go get 4 of these on the channel. Hopefully about more games. This one is Tears of the Kingdom, and I have chosen it for one reason. As I click here, and I click the X button as we're getting close to the ground, and nothing is happening, and I died. I am playing this game without the glider. If anybody has played Tears of the Kingdom, you would know. You get the glider really early in the game. You do the epilogue, or the prologue, right? Prologue. You do the prologue, the beginning, tells you about how to play the game, dive into the water, go to Lookout Landing, talk to Purah. Purah's like, go to the castle, talk to Haz, he's the captain. Haz is a random NPC who wants to ask you about Kilton in Breath of the Wild, which is funny, but I guess makes sense because he's a soldier, he's got the soldier armor. And then you report to him, and you go back to Purah, and Purah gives you the, shows you about the, oh, I guess this was the save before a previous recording that I ditched. And Purah helps you with the towers, and you get the glider. I wanted to play differently because I thought that was a little boring. How I play games normally is I have a few games that I like. Will I discuss them now? No, because I don't want to spoil what future game journals might be. I want this other apple. There we go. So I typically, though, will decide I want to play a game and I'll restart whatever I was playing, if it's that type of game. In this case, this is an alternate Tears of the Kingdom account. My main account has not everything, because I think I split what I got between 2 accounts, and it was really awkward, and now I've realized, wait, I don't have some of these things, I had to go get them, and I'm still working on that. But, my nose has been really itchy, and it just looks like I'm picking it, and it's really bugging me, because I don't want to be doing that when I've got a face cam on. But it really is just, one part is just itching. Anyway, so I restarted this alternate account, Nintendo account, Tears of the Kingdom, and I just want to do some stuff differently, because you can do anything in order of this game. You don't have to do, I mean, you kind of do that in Breath of the Wild, but there's less stuff in Breath of the Wild. In this game, I don't even have to go talk to Purah. Like, I could just ignore Lookout Landing, but I wasn't going to do that. But there's big 3 key things about playing it this way that are important. The first one is the towers. So I've come over to a tower here. It was a pretty sunset earlier. Now it's gone down as I'm re-recording this because I was getting off topic. And it's easier to just kind of record one and then see where I go with it and then know what to do the next time. Oh, look, I can't do anything. So, and if you look on the map, the tower would normally have a thing, like a checkpoint. It's not like if you go to see a shrine, but you don't click on it and it's orange. Kind of like how these shrines that I haven't done. Where's one of them? This one. It's orange in the middle, but it's blue. So I can teleport it, but I haven't done it, right? It's not even orange. So you can't access any of the towers. And with that, you can't get any of the map. I've played a good amount of Breath of the Wild. I know some people play, like, I know somebody who's played like 2,000 hours on Smash. That is not me. But I've put 600 hours into Breath of the Wild, and for my standards, that's a good amount. I know Breath of the Wild pretty well. I know the map pretty well. So I can live with that, but no glider means no access to the towers. The towers shoot you way up into the air, and that's where you get a lot of the Sky Islands, because a lot of them are in range of the towers. So the Sky Islands, if you look at my map, I have done this and this. Yes, I've done. I'm at the water temple, but besides that, they're not appearing on the map. It's just the checkpoints because I've gotten there. And that's it. And the other thing, as you saw at the very beginning, I dolphin dove into the underground, or did I belly flop? I don't remember. And I died. So I cannot go really to the depths easily. And I can't jump off of high places easily, because if I do that, I will also just kill myself. And I don't want to do that. So there's the Highland Shroom. So those are the big factors. And as I was thinking about the game journal earlier today, I was thinking after I talked with somebody in another class, you can really do everything though without the glider. I don't technically need the glider at all to play this game. It'd be beneficial if you don't know the map or the game as well, but for someone like me who does, and has put a good amount of hours, I mean... Actually, I don't want to check that right now. Maybe we'll check later. I've put over 600 into, maybe even 700 into Breath of the Wild, and I've put probably like a couple hundred into this game as well, between the two accounts. Nintendo accounts. And you don't need a glider, technically. To go to any of the Sky Islands, I can just start over here, use a Zonai device, and fly my way over to them. If I could somehow get to the top of all those... There's one up here, and there's two other ones, where you get the gliding gear. If I could get that, I wouldn't have to worry about hitting the ground, and I wouldn't have to jump. But I don't think I can get... I guess I just have to go to the lowest one and talk to the Zonai that's there. So if I really wanted to, I could probably get a Zonai device and get those, and if I got that, I could get underground easier. But even without that, I can go to the depths by attaching a spring to a shield, and I should be able to drop all the way down, hypothetically. I've not tried this yet, but hypothetically should be able to get to the underground, and from there, I can bounce from the spring shield. And that would allow me to get into the depths. So I could do those two areas, and those are the big things. Like, yeah, the gameplay changes a little bit, casual, like, just regular play not having the glider. But those would be the two things that you have to do, that having the glider would be much easier to do. But you technically don't have to. And I think that's really interesting, that theoretically I could play this game and beat all of it without the glider. I can definitely do the Gerudo Temple without the glider. And if I've got a fairy or a spring, I could do the Goron one without a thing too. And I've done the Water Temple without... I think I might use something to get up there, but no, there was a waterfall, so I used it to get onto the Fish Island, but there's naturally spawning Zonai devices there. And then I was able to get up, here after that. The wind one would be the tricky one, but I theoretically could do all that. The only thing that I don't know is the depths below Hyrule when you're going to fight Ganondorf. I have not actually fought him yet on any of my accounts. That's the only thing I haven't done. I'm just too lazy. I've heard that one of the boss fights is just, he sends a bunch of like gloom enemies at you and I just don't care. So I haven't done that. That's the only thing, because I've gone a little bit towards that route, underground, and I don't think it's as direct as just spring shield, boom. But you could technically get a bunch of spring shields if you want. Like, you could load up on full stock of those if you needed. But hypothetically, you should not need... Oh, you know what? The castle. But you could also do that with a Zonai device. So, yeah, hypothetically, you do not need that to play the game, which is really interesting. But it's a lot easier to play it. So why would the developers have chosen to use the glider? For that exact reason. It is a lot more of a hassle, a lot more tedious, a lot more grindy, because to use all the Zonai devices, you need Zonai charges, meaning you either need to go around the map killing Zonai, going around the beginning island killing Zonai, and farming the Zonai ore that's there on that island that respawns constantly to get Zonai ore. If you're not able to go underground, or you're not really going underground like me, who, as you can see on the map, I don't even have the underground, and this is the only map I've got, is the beginning. So, yeah, that is why. That is how you could play the game without the glider, but why the glider is better. So, my feelings playing the game up to this point. In this type of game, there's not much of a story, and I haven't really done much of the story, because in this playthrough at least, I haven't got there. I haven't even finished any of the main quests. Sorry, I yawned when I record. But gameplay-wise, another thing, it's changed my mindset. Because, for example, I can use this little hideout here. If there's an enemy down here, right? Bullet time! Real quick. Also, key change between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is only using a little bit of your stamina. whenever you jump, instead of it just constantly goes down until it runs out. It's just like, here's a third of your stamina gone. And then it's just nice. That's just a very nice quality of life enhancement. Anyway, other functions play the game is it's really changed though, because like bullet time I gotta be more careful about, but I can't jump from high places. Like sure, there's some things that I just simply can't do, but it doesn't always change it changes the gameplay the most. Sure, I can choose not to explore the Sky Islands and not to explore the depths. I wouldn't even explore a lot of the depths. I take a lot of the easy ones, and then occasionally I'd be like, I'm in the mood to do the depths. And then I'd go on a light route hunt and try to get some more or something like that, you know, and brighten up more of the map. But playing around here, even playing around the normal area, it changes my mindset, because I don't have the tower to jump from and to glide my way over to a location. Like, let's say, hypothetically, this Kakariko, there's a, you know, Tapa Lanayru here. Let's say I want to go down here. If I explore Lanayru, which I haven't, God, there's a shrine over here somewhere, or a little bit further up here. There's a shrine at the base of this mountain in the snowfield. I'm not sure if this is the snowfield or not. It doesn't seem like it, but it might be. But there's a shrine over in the snowfield somewhere. But then I'd have to just travel. Normally, I would just go through this and then glide my way over with max stamina, which if you've noticed, I was also playing low stamina to go along with the new glider. I did get tired of that, and I've gotten a couple stamina now. But I can't even get all more stamina at that point. I guess if I continue with the low stamina run, I'd have 2 more hearts, but I can't even go for more stamina that much because I can't access a lot of the shrines in the game at the moment. At least not easily. So, it's changed my process on that, because some teleporting. Getting to Lookout Landing here, I have to go here, or I have to go here. So it makes it getting to Lookout Landing like an extra minute. And because I can't run much, maybe even longer. I'm thinking about bullet time a little bit more, because I can't just glide towards the enemies when I'm uphill. Well, if I'm flat, it doesn't change anything, but if I'm uphill, I now have to look for things to jump off of, activate bullet time, when normally I might just glide from my higher distance and shoot something, you know, and then keep going. Now it's like, okay, where can I get a little bit of air time so I can jump and activate bullet time and get an arrow off. So it changes it that way as well. And then, reading-wise, I'm gonna be honest, there's nothing, given that a lot of it has been the history of games, and our textbook is like 10 years old, maybe? There you go. There's an example. Normally, even on habit, even though I've been playing without the glider, I, on habit, just double-clicked, because I'm like, I can jump, click X, glide, and I hook onto the other side of that, and it said I fall right through because I don't have a glider. And I think I mentioned before, I gotta be careful with high places, because this is enough, but if I go higher, like I went on the top of one of these, and then, let's say I ran and I jumped, I take damage. I can't just click the X button and glide. So it really does change the gameplay. Just how you play the game, because you're everybody. If you've played this before, you're used to having the glider. It's a failsafe if you do anything. You should never fall from a high place with the glider. Like you got to be really not paying attention to do that. Or you think you have the glider armor on, you don't. Or you think it's upgraded and you don't. But I will say, I am playing this on my Switch. I'm playing this physical. This is not an emulation, no Steam Deck or anything like that. I've got a capture card. It's not the best capture card in the world. Mario Kart gets a little bit foggy, but this game, this is perfectly fine. It looks crisp as I play it, so hopefully on the video it looks crisp as well. Otherwise, well, you know what? I might have a way to emulate some further games. But yeah, this is I have this physical, not digital. I know there's a thing about game companies and digital and all of that. I'm glad there hasn't been any DLC either, because this game came out 23. Yeah, it came out a little over a year ago, didn't it? I'm glad there's been no DLC yet. I'm not a big DLC fan. Sometimes. I think sometimes it's nice. I think Mario Kart's DLC was a good idea. It's a really old game. It prolongs the life of the game, where we're probably still waiting a couple of years for a new Mario Kart game on whatever Switch you know, Switch 2 it is, right? I think some games do this really badly. Pokemon, it came out right away. I don't know if Breath of the Wild came out right away, but Tears of the Kingdom is not, and they incorporated all the DLC items, basically. Not the, like the Master Cycle or whatever, but you have all the Zona devices. But everything that was, all the armor and stuff like that, the, teleport, you get that just normally through this, which is also really nice, because that's not something I really want to pay for, or is it really worth it paying for, but that's the only way I can really think to tie it into the reading, because a lot of this has been history. There's probably another way somebody can think, I would have tied it this way, but not me. That's the one thing that I wasn't really, you know, I didn't have any key point there, but overall, Tears of the Kingdom is a great game. If you've played it before, I think it's a good idea to go try play it in low stamina. Low stamina, no glider. See how it is. Maybe you'll hate it. Maybe you'll want to tear your hair out. But I think it's a good idea. The other games I was actually, you know what, we'll look real quick. So on Matthew's page, Tears of the Kingdom 190, Breath of the Wild 605. Smyosion's page, the alt, 160 into Tears of the Kingdom and 105. So that's what, 710 total for Breath of the Wild and cancel. That is 160 or 710 for Breath of the Wild, correct? And 190 plus 160, that's 350. 350. Wow, 350. So 1,000 into this Zelda series, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. So for me it works, but yeah, that's what I wanted to focus on with this first one, because the rubric is a mechanic, and I thought playing this without the glider is playing the game totally different than what you normally would. So I think that is a perfect thing to start with when we're talking about mechanics and how they work, because it's not just I just talked about this. For the reasons I mentioned, I think this was a good starting point for the first one, is to talk about the glider and Tears of the Kingdom. So, without further ado, I look forward to replying to my fellow classmates, and I look forward to seeing if anybody in my normal subscription feed comments on the video. If you're a classmate, you can click on my channel to subscribe and check out some more Beyblade and sometimes gaming content. And if you're a subscriber, you cannot access my class. But maybe one of them will comment on a YouTube comment as well, and you can interact with them that way. I don't know. Maybe if somebody says something interesting, I'll put in the description that a classmate said blank. I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.